want to make some pasta. Some of that real deal, fresh, good. There's something about fresh pasta that just really does something for me. It's a lot easier than you think. And this recipe is super easy, but I will link the recipe that I use down below in the description so you can go and check it out and make your own. The dough has to rest for about a half an hour or so before I start playing around with it and cooking it. So that's what I'm gonna do now so I can hurry up and let it rest and then I can consume it. Let's get started. First thing, clean work surface. What I'm starting off with is flour, and this is just all-purpose flour. Make a little well. Into the well go the eggs. Then just some salt and a little olive oil. Now I'm just going to kind of mix this in my little well here. Don't incorporate the sides just yet. I really want to make sure that this is combined. When you've got it kind of incorporated, you can start kind of mixing in the sides of your little well here and slowly start to incorporate the flour. Once you've got nothing really too loose going on, you can start to incorporate everything and have it become a pretty shaggy dough. It will be a little dry like this. Don't worry, it will come together. We're going to sit here and knead this for a good 5 to 8 minutes. You want your dough to be smooth and nice and soft. So it's gonna take a little bit, but we can do it. I am exhausted. It's been about 8 minutes and I think I am done. It's so much smoother, you can really tell. And I'm going to just let this kind of sit at room temperature before I start slicing and dicing this thing. A little plastic wrap just in case. It is time. My dough is nice and rested and it's soft and ready to be manipulated. I've got my roller right here with my KitchenAid all attached, it's ready to go. And first things first, I'm going to roll it in a flat sheet. With most rollers, I think that they always start on 1, which is the widest setting, which is what you always want to do. You don't want to put a hunk of pasta into the thinnest setting. It's not going to be good. I'm just going to section it so it's not so much for the pasta sheeter to take. Want to make sure I have a lot of flour. This is not exactly the cleanest thing to do, but again, it's worth it. I don't want this sticky. Start on 1, which is the widest setting, and just feed it through. Go again on 1. Look at that, you've got a pasta sheet. It's very exciting actually, or is it just me that gets excited about this stuff? This is the plan. I've run it through a couple times on 1, the widest setting. I'm going to gradually thin the pasta sheet out. You can't just put it from like 1 to a 7 in one go, because that just won't be good either. You have to kind of ease it into being thin. I'm on 1 right now and I'm gonna go to 3, and then I'll probably go to 4, 5, and so on. Just get it to the thickness that you want it. And look at that, I have nice thin pasta sheets. Now you can do kind of whatever you want with them. This was done on a 6, and I don't think I'm gonna go any thinner. I think this is pretty good thickness right here. Carry on with the rest of my little hunks of dough. I'm going to keep these floured, and I also have some semolina here that I'm just gonna dust them with, just so nothing sticks. Hey, 1,000 years later, I have all of my pasta strips cut. I have them all kind of right here, just chilling. all covered in semolina so they don't stick. Gotta figure out what I want to do with these. Maybe I'll just kind of hand cut these. Let's do that. I'm just gonna trim this up a bit. Kind of want to have fun with a little bit of a shape. I want to try some farfalle. I don't have a fluted edge, so it's not going to look exactly like it, but I can try. Oh my god, look! Oh, I'm so excited. They're kind of floppy and they're kind of like a little janky, but they're cute. I think they would look better if I had the fluted edge cutter, but these are bow ties. Look at how cute they are. I am very proud of myself. I have a pot of salted water coming up to a boil because these are going in, and then I am gonna just throw together some sort of sauce. We'll see what happens. Semolina it up so it doesn't stick, and I'm just going to kind of make folds, not too tight so they stick together. Go as thick or as thin as you want. And then just kind of unroll them. And you've got pasta. These are probably the thickness of like a fettuccine. I think tagliatelle is a little thinner than this, but look at that. You've got fresh pasta. How easy is this? So, onward I go. These are ready for a dip in the hot tub. Look at how beautiful these noodles are. The most beautiful of nudes. Also, these go in the water for just a couple of minutes, just until they start to float. You can taste them, they'll taste al dente, but do not overcook them. It takes so much less time than traditionally dried pasta. Look at this pasta. Like, excuse me, Italy who? I just had some chicken stock, garlic, artichokes, lemon, and a little bit of cream. And that is dinner. Make it look a little healthy, I guess. But fresh pasta is really not that bad. It makes you feel much less full than dried pasta, I find, and it's just so satisfying. The chew and the texture you get from fresh pasta is unbelievable, and it is unmatched. There's some dinner for you. I hope that you make this. It's so good and it's so easy, and like, look, it's worth it and it's very impressive. Make this for a date. Enjoy. Sorry, I had to be left alone to eat that because it was so good. I practically unhinged my jaw and just like dumped it down my gullet. The texture of those noodles is unbelievable. It's so tasty. It takes a little time, but is worth it, I promise. And you need to make them.